Tonight, from Mexico City, it's the NFL International Series on EA Sports. It's the Mexico City Diablos taking on the Chicago Tigers.
From the oldest capital city in the Americas, founded in 1325, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Mexico City. Tonight, we put a bow on Week 15 with a good Monday night matchup between the Chicago Tigers and the Mexico City Diablos. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Mexico City team as they enter play here. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And this coaching staff has to be pleased with how their defense played last week. They helped.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their 6-year cornerback.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The numbers for him from a week ago: 5 catches, 106 yardage-wise, and the score as well.
And he's trying to prove the adage, it's not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong, takes great care of his body. I expect him to go ahead and put a cap around this season.
Now here's a throw, it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 13, it's a first down. Now a man open down the middle of the field. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Back to throw again. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Tucker. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. throw here, hauled in. And he'll be brought down at the 27. They'll look to throw here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. And he's got it. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter as that's a first down. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Diablos will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a 13-play drive in total. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And what a performance in his last game. A couple of touchdown passes. That was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
Throwing to start the drive. Davidson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 8 catches, 70 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is the #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
On 1st and 10, Davidson. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Off play action. Davidson. He'll buy some time right. It's complete to Turbin. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards the pickup there. Another completion right there. And again, Charles, good time in the pocket. That offensive line on this opening drive been really solid.
They've been more than solid. They've really tamped down the pass rush and kept him safe in the pocket, able to look around, find his target, and deliver. He's got to make sure he tells the offensive line in the huddle, thanks, fellas. Let's keep it going.
Throwing on first down. Davidson escaping the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Looking to throw on second down. Davidson, his throw caught at about the 5. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. From the gun on third down, Davidson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Fourth down, so Zach Taylor sends out the field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Out is Mexico City now to go on offense. And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for, and remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Tigers have moved out in front. On that sideline, they're saying that was more like it. The first down run went backwards, that time into the end zone.
And I like their little bit of courage in play calling, too. Because after an unsuccessful run, especially one where you lose yardage, you oftentimes go right to throwing the football. They came right back with a running play, and it paid off handsomely.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them in plus territory. Excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Out is Mexico City now to go on offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help a running game as well.
Back to throw now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Second and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. (10-7) our score after one right here on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown! A great play there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Diablos are once again back in front. In the second quarter, and already his second touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So this drive spans 7 plays. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, Davidson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you, it started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Davidson dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Davidson firing quickly here, and that's complete. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Davidson. Flush. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs. They covered well. Allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. It's a 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going. But we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find
a fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. It's a big play there. 58 yards. Prime example there of how his height can be an advantage. It makes it tough on some of these smaller defensive backs.
When they try and go through that type of a receiver to get the football, oftentimes that big body, that frame will block them away. And whether the receiver has to elevate or extend, now he has a clear path to the football with the defender usually on his back.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. His throw incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He will push his way down to about the 14. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And they are able to add on to their advantage. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the 1st half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Davidson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Off play action. Davidson. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brand, I almost expect you to come in like an auctioneer. We've got two. Do I hear three? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Davidson under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Back to throw. Davidson forced out to his left. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Out is Mexico City now to go on offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. This is brought in at the 21. The Chicago offense set to get started. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. It's It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
They got a completion there, but that's clearly an example of one side happy, the other side not very happy. Defense, very, hey, take 1 or 2 yards. We're good with that. Offense, you got to expect to get more on the passing play.
They'll throw over the middle, taken in. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there. Now it's 3rd down and inches. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Davidson finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill. Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
On 3rd and 2, Davidson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And that will make this a 16-point lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They'll go to work with a little momentum following the free kick. 1st and 10. Throwing after the interception. Davidson throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Now they got to get to the line quickly to throw on 2nd down. Davidson buying time to his left, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From the gun, they'll try to run it, and this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. Out is Mexico City now to go on offense. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again. Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
2nd and 8. Back to throw here. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And he will find his man on the outside. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On 1st down, Davidson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where you see the final score there. The Lions are saying, let's start these playoffs already, as another win ups their mark to 11-3 on the year. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Arizona Cardinals. The Cards look very much like they'll be a tough out come January as they run their record to 10-4 with the victory. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And it was the visiting Atlanta Falcons who come in and get the victory. 27-10, the final score. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the 3rd quarter. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone and ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop it behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, He ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On third down, Davidson. Over the middle, it's complete. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it fourth down. And that catch, he just hit number 800 in his NFL career.
And just think, that puts you in top 35 range all time in the NFL in terms of number of catches. One significant guy in that number, Shannon Sharp, who was a tight end. That's big there.
And they bring their punter out there now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Hands it off out of the gun. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. They'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Tucker. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now they try the right side here. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 2nd down and 3, ball on the 7. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. His pass caught at the 4. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will extend their lead even further. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Throwing to start the drive. Davidson eluding the pressure right. He's going to find a man here. It's complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. Looking for a crease. Can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Davidson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Davidson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it's 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Davidson.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw again.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. He has just been alone for opposing offenses to account for now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take the ball the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Out is Mexico City now to go on offense. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. On the move to his left. And he can't escape, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
He's known for his legs and his fancy footwork, but he's not getting much of a chance to use it here. The defense continued to hold the upper hand by bringing him down on that play.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Tucker.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Wide open receiver complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And a very good return as he takes this all the way up to the 35-yard line.
So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
The Chicago offense set to get started. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? On 1st and 10, Davidson.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Davidson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
Out is Mexico City now to go on offense.
Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
And they'll send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taken in at the 22. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Throwing to start the drive. Davidson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down.
Back to throw. Davidson. And a quick throw here. That's complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get 1 more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling. Don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You can have the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
They go play action here on 1st down. Throwing left side, it's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Davidson over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Davidson firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Davidson. And that's a loss of 7 on the 1st down play.
To dig out of here, 2nd and 17.
Operating from the gun, Davidson.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Davidson. He finds his man, complete. That's Stevens. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now back to throw.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, the big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And on now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Davidson. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Back to throw. Davidson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. To throw on second down, Davidson.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and under pressure, and they got to him again. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Looking to throw. Davidson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this one is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, possession switches hands. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back, throw one more in the end zone, who knows? Had to take the chance. It just was unsuccessful.
Out is Mexico City now to go on offense.
And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got playing to catch.
And that flag accepted.
Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And they take a knee. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they will take a knee here.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the home team here, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they'll drop to 10-4 on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.